Alright, Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out with Eddie Hearn. How's it going?
Good, mate. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. I was going to say the best promoter in the UK, but it's 2021. I know you spoke about it on a few occasions. Do you consider yourself as one of the biggest, the best in the world now?
I'm the only global boxing promoter. Don't mean to say, there's no other promoters promoting globally around the world in 6 or 7 different territories. But listen, it's competitive, and that's what you want. There's a lot of good promoters out there, and I think you need that. You need that pressure. You need those people pushing you, and you have good weeks and bad weeks. You come off the back of Warrington Lara at Headingley, and Smith Fowler sold out at Liverpool, and 70,000 at Spurs for AJ against Usyk, and then Dillian Whyte pulls out, and then you're the worst promoter in the world. So it's just it's week by week, but looking forward to a really big run to end the year.
I just spoke to Mark Tibbs, and he said he was delighted that this card has stayed on. Just talking of other promoters, do you feel like other promoters would have just scrapped the show? Of
course. I mean, we've seen that. How many times have we seen it? I think we've only scrapped one show in 10 years at the Def, to be honest with you. I hate doing it, but at the same time, you have to live with the stick of carrying on, because people. There's a strange mentality in the world where people love to see people fail. They love to jump on people if things don't go their way. They love to try and, stop progression. And that for those next 2 weeks, you're going to get a load of stick online. But you've got 9 fighters that you have an obligation to, 9 fighters that have trained for 9 or 10 weeks to perform. You've got a number of good fights on the card as well. I'm sorry it's not the card that it once was because of Otto Wallin. But it's still a good card, and we want to progress and we want to move on with it. So that's what we decided to do. It's nice to see the fighters just come pull me to one side and say thank you, because they know that if they don't fight, they don't get paid. So I think we're going to get a good night on Saturday. I think these guys, you've seen even from the workouts today, it's not your normal workout when they sort of get in and just shadow for 2 minutes and get out. These guys are excited to box at the O2 on Saturday.
I feel like that comes with being with the DAZN as well, and the whole production team. It adds a different value to just a regular workout day or a media workout day. Just on shows coming up, I hear that potentially December 11th you've got a show.
This is broken normally it breaks through my big mouth, but everyone seems to know that we're going to do a big show on December the 11th. So yes, we are going to do a big show on December the 11th. And this was really, I have to give a shout out to DAZN as well, because although we're carrying on with a show on Saturday, it's not the show that we hoped. So they said we want to do another show in the UK and add some more value to subscribers. So Conor Benn and Katie Taylor, just looking to tie this up now, will headline a show on December the 11th, going through various locations right now. And obviously the week after, you've got Chisora and Parker on December 18th with a really big card as well. So both of those cards looking to get announced in the next few days, hopefully on the broadcast on Saturday, and we can move forward and have a massive end to the year. When you look at the schedule, going from the double World Championship fight, Kid Galahad against Kiko, Terry Harper in a really good fight, Chris Billam-Smith for the European title. Then we're out in New England with the quadruple header World Championship card, Andrade against Quigley, Julio Cesar Martinez against Arroyo, Akhmad Liev against Rios Unified Championship, Kaylee Reese against Kamara, which is the other half of this undisputed fight. Then you go to the Madison Square Garden for Teofimo Lopez against George Kambosos. Then fingers crossed, Devin Haney against Jojo Diaz. And then our 2 big UK shows to end the year. So we're really finishing strong. And it's always a challenge, mate. Ups and downs, like I said. You always pray that things are going to hold together. And every now and again they don't. And we look forward to a strong finish to the year.
And I know you're aware of this. December the 11th is the first time that you and Sky will clash on a show. Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall will be fighting that night as well. Do you see them as a threat on that night?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's never ideal, because if we went on the 4th, then we would be up against, I think it's Yard Arthur on BT. So you can't really win either way. I don't know whether that December 11th show will be pay-per-view on Sky. Obviously, if it is, that's a lot better for us, because there'll be a limited audience. But look, it is what it is. Like I said, December 18th, we were up against Josh Taylor and Jack Casherall. That's now fallen through. So at least we got a clear run on December 18th. But it's impossible not to clash.
Just one more thing after this. I know you did mention in an interview the other day that you kind of have to accept that some fights will happen on the same night. Boxing isn't always about having the fights on DAZN, and you sort of got to accept that there'll be big fights on other platforms, for example with Canelo.
Oh, always, yeah. I mean, but if we were the only show in town, you'd get lazy, wouldn't you? So you want to have the best schedule. As I said before, I believe DAZN providing the best value for money for subscribers, especially when you look at the running we're going to have to the end of this year as well. And there'll always be boxing. I mean, it used to be a one-off to have boxing. Is there boxing at the weekend? Oh yeah, there's that show. Now there's 4 or 5 shows every weekend, and that's good for fight fans.
Last topic, just AJ, the recent. Have you seen the interview yesterday?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I mean, look, I've been with him. I was with him out in America, and I think that it's good to see him outspoken. People say, "Oh, he's showing his true colours now." No, look, that's AJ. Don't take this humble approach. He's a flag bearer for the sport. He has an obligation to behave in a certain way, and that's to be respectful. That's to try and motivate the next generation. That's to be signing millions of autographs and having selfies everywhere. It's draining. And when he went to America, I think he quite enjoyed that process of not doing that. It wasn't about interviewing coaches. It was about learning and looking. That's all. Met some great people, and it was a good experience for him. And he just wants to get everything right for the rematch. And he will. He'll beat Usyk in the rematch. He's so motivated to do this. He just wants to make sure he gets it right.
So for the rematch, do you think he's going to be in America with Rob McCracken or with other people?
He'll be where the best place is for him, with the best team of people. Rob McCracken, amazing trainer, and always more than just a trainer to Anthony Joshua. He's been a mentor to him. But he enjoyed speaking to other people. He saw Reynoso, Shield, just chatting about the fight and understanding what went wrong. You have to digest and process what went wrong. He's not the kind of guy, you can't just say to him, "Don't worry mate, you'll get it right in a rematch." Yeah. He needs to understand what went wrong. He needs to evaluate, improve, and now execute. And that is what he's ready to do. He could have buried his head in the sand. He could have just gone away and gone on holiday. He didn't. He wants to start training, he wants to improve. He wants to get in a position to win this fight, and that's all he's focused on doing. Thanks
very much. Just lastly, a prediction on the main event this weekend.
It's a great fight. I mean, Mary McGee's in there now. Looks fantastic. Chantel Cameron looks fantastic. It's nice to get a unified world championship Ring Magazine belt and get the fight made so easily. These females, and when you chat out to female boxing, I mean, last week or 2 weeks ago, Sky headlined with Savannah Marshall defending her world title. This week, although Dillian Whyte was supposed to headline, we have a unified world championship fight. Next week, Top Ranker headlining on ESPN with a female fight as well. So good times for female boxing. And I think you get a cracker in the main event. And
just because you said that, Lauren Price was sitting next to you at a show very, very recently. What's the latest on her? I know Caroline Dubois with Sky, just on Lauren Price. Do you have any plans with her?
Yeah, Lauren Price is a gold medalist, and obviously Karis Artinsdale as well. 2 tremendous fighters. I would love to bring them to Matchroom. No one knows how to promote female fighters like me. No one knows how to guide female fighters like me. And they're both tremendous talents, and hopefully we can bring them to the team. Cheers, mate.